Welcome to Business Live. I'm Mark Croskery in BL tonight. First up, we got Lotteries Company. That's Supreme Ventures, gaming company. They're also in horse racing. That's Caymanas Park Limited. So in this case here, we're talking about Connected Party, selling some shares, some trading, in their shares. Not a huge trade here, but always great to carry. So Connected Party is selling 9,894 shares or units on September 22nd, 2020. Now, interesting changes here. That's at the Jamaica Stock Exchange, an appointment to the board of directors. That's Mrs. Tara Nunez, appointed as a board director effective September 23rd, 2020, joining, the board of the JSE. Stocks on the JSE market and the indices still trading a bit sideways, but definitely things have cooled off, compared to the fall off that we saw in March, April. Seeing the capital markets now rebounding, good thing for the stock exchange overall. Should look to kind of build some confidence back, some cess revenue heading into the fourth, calendar quarter overall. Seeing Burita doing huge things with their APO and Tropical Battery. So hopefully some more IPOs will come to the market as, those are really kind of like the litmus test with what's happening in the economy right now with COVID-19. So next up, Eppley, Caribbean Property Fund, a further advisory on their share buyback. We've been talking about this on Business Live. A couple of advisors here over the past, 4 to 8 weeks, and this continues, the buybacks, and reported very timely by Eppley. So 30,406 shares or units purchased during the period, September 14th to September 17th, as a part of the company's share buyback program. Overall, we're talking about Palantir. We spoke about this recently on Business Live. High expectations for their IPO. This is a data company. If you go to their website, it talks about the different relationships they have, business to business, business to government, but it's data analytics. Very interested investors, in the company, how their revenues are broken up. So they're expected to float list, on the US exchange September 30th, 2020. The ticker symbol expected to be PLTR. Now the bankers expecting shares to price around US $10 per share, and the valuation, creeping up nicely. This is a good thing for them as a, data firm, to as much as $25 billion US. So interesting stuff. It's been priced on, forward revenue multiples. Only a few deals like that out there, but huge founders, highly successful, investors before in many other deals. We spoke about that. So we'll see how this one goes, but high expectations here for Palantir and going forward. Last up, not as good as news as Palantir, or the data firm which has their products. So we're talking about here now Boeing, their supplier, Impresa Aerospace, which, supplies some parts for the 737 MAX, which is still grounded. So not such good news, but in the US, unlike the Caribbean and some of the jurisdictions, or let's say regions, this company, Impresa Aerospace, is now filing for bankruptcy in the US, or bankruptcy protection. So, this is expected with some of, Boeing's, let's say, counterparts or suppliers, related parties or so forth, however you classify that. And it does go into that, a hedge fund or some capital firm, plans to buy them out of, bankruptcy or let's say protection at 10 million US. So this is the difference between the US and maybe the Caribbean, is that there's somebody kind of waited there, whether it's a pre-pack or somebody waiting to kind of get that company out, protects its liabilities and so forth. But it does go on to say, if there's somebody else who wants to buy them for higher than that price, feel free to go ahead, they'll see how that pans out. But it does create more problems for Boeing, negative brand image. This is more negative news about the 737 MAX and that a major part supplier having this issue. I'm Mark Croskery, this is Business Live.